Hey all, so it's week 4 already, and we are focusing now on mid-century sci-fi. In a lot of ways, mid-century science fiction is like the literature that came before it. It's still heavily influenced by advances in science and technology. It still focuses strongly on humanity's place in the cosmos. But beginning after World War II, the genre expanded. So now, alongside the standard high fantasy and dark fantasy that we've been looking at, we get subgenres of science fiction like the space opera, hard sci-fi, and cyberpunk, although we didn't actually get that last one until the 80s. Some of the things that I really like about science fiction is that it tends to be really diverse. Our text says that no writing aspires to higher thinking, yet none is more democratic and open in terms of its embrace of readers and writers. So, as you've probably figured out, diversity is a soapbox of mine, and I will likely always think that sci-fi needs to be more diverse, but regardless, the genre is generally pretty open to social issues, like equality, sexuality, gender issues, things like that, and helping us as readers to figure things out as we go. So even though a lot of science fiction was dominated by male writers in the past, Mary Shelley effectively invented the entire genre when she wrote Frankenstein as a teenager. So I think that's pretty cool when you think about it. Speaking of women, it was during the mid-century science fiction boom that a lot of women writers began their careers. Writers like Octavia Butler, Ursula Le Guin, Anne McCaffrey, Andre Norton, they all began writing in the 1950s through the 1970s. Some of them, like Anne McCaffrey, began writing specifically because they wanted to challenge the sexist portrayal of women in a lot of those earlier novels. A lot of these women authors also had to write under male pseudonyms because their publishers told them that no one would read science fiction by a woman. That actually still happens a lot. You might know that J.K. Rowling's publisher told her the exact same thing, which is why she publishes as J.K. instead of Joanna. So things are changing a little bit, but I think it's changing too slowly for my taste. In excuse me, in the mid-century, a lot of the themes the science fiction world focuses on are similar to earlier Westerns, which is exploration and expansion. So only instead of moving west, humans now are moving into space. They encounter new life and new civilizations, and in the process, they are forced to figure out where they fit into that expanded new universe. On the flip side of that, though, the mid-century is where we start seeing a lot more dystopian and post-apocalyptic literature as well. Partly that's a reaction to being a few years post-World War II, and society in general was kind of just taking a deep breath and finding ways to evaluate and deal with the atrocities that they saw during those war years. Authors started kind of poking holes in what they observed of the human condition, picking apart those common elements that all people have, whether good or bad. And partly the rise of the post-apocalyptic and dystopian literature is a reflection of one of science fiction's major roles, which is not necessarily telling what the future will bring, but what it could bring, and more importantly, how to prevent it, especially if it's something bad. This week, so please try to pick out those budding dystopian elements across the various stories. See where the authors may be exploring the edges of human experiences and what they might be trying to figure out by doing so. Not only find that what-if question that we've been talking about, but see if you can figure out what fears or anxieties may also be behind it. So I will be interested to see what you come up with, and as always, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in class.